Well guys, here we are. I promised you I'd tackle every single question. Thanks again for getting me this far, so let's dive in and learn a few things about your favorite NASCAR brony. But first things first. Hey there, thanks to the legendary twist of fate, I'm the new Mr. Left Turn, and welcome to my favorite race shop. So our first set of questions today come from Avis Reviews. Do you like anime? I watched Pokemon a lot as a kid, but that's about it, and anime really hasn't grabbed my attention since then. What is your biggest fear? Having to watch where the dead go to die. I tried to watch a small clip before and I thought I was gonna need an exorcist. What got you into NASCAR? Definitely my cousin. I didn't have a big brother growing up, so he was kind of a substitute brother that I like to emulate. Next up is PatRex11. What's your favorite film? It's a tough one. Of course all the Marvel movies are excellent, but it might either be Top Gun, Toy Story, or The Shawshank Redemption. How did you get your awesome voice? Bargaining with Dormammu. Next up is Blackbird. Who has the more beautiful man voice, you or Brad Jones? Freedom Flash. Which one do you think is more maligned, NASCAR or professional wrestling? I've seen the decline of NASCAR through the years, so probably that. Why does a robot need a codpiece? To protect its nuts and bolts, duh. And where the hell is Frank Stallone? Have you checked Sly's basement? Next up is WolfX1120 with a novel-sized list of questions. Why are you so predictable? Bananas! How's that for predictable? When are you going to review more than just Pony? When I have the time. Is Zootopia the best animated movie of all time? If you said no to that last one. No, Lion King is. Do you like bananas? What did I just say for number 1? How close is the apocalypse? If I get into one of the rifts, it's started. Why is 7 afraid of 9? Because you think they are. Why am I doing this? Because Obi-Wan took the high ground. Why did you answer that last one? Are you going to run? Nah, I'd rather drive a NASCAR. Are you gonna hide? No, I'm terrible at hide and seek. Do you know what's coming next? Me answering this question. Are you gonna give me your soul peacefully, or do I have to take it by force?
Oh, please. I have no soul.
Next up is Sammy Kid 2 CP. How did you get your cutie mark? Excellent question. Well, after my character's mother abandoned him and his father in the hospital, Checkered found out he was a pretty quick little colt and soon wanted to try to be an earth pony racer after finishing in the top 3 of his school's track championship, made his dad happy, and his cutie mark appeared. He discovered that making others' lives happier was his special talent, but even though he has his many fans and friends, he still always questions why he couldn't make his mother proud. Next set of questions comes from Jack the Hero. Can you do George Takei's Oh My for everyone? Alright. Oh my! Since they used an element from the comics in Dungeons and Discords, do you think they'll use anything else from the comics? I'd personally want the princesses in the show to be more like how they are in the comics. How about you? Well, for part 1, I don't know since I don't read the comics, though I plan to start soon, but I hope they do use more elements. As for part 2, absolutely. With comic books, it doesn't take nearly as long to draw the images and write out a story as it does to animate a 22-minute episode, so we get more time for depth and development for the characters, and I think some of those stories, or at least elements of characters, should be translated to the show, especially for how long the show has gone on and the writers may need some inspiration. Next up, my good buddy Wooden Sword. Who would you like to collab with the most? Since I've already collabed with you, Pat, Avis Reviews, Technically Bright Idea, and Freedom Flash, probably the editor if he was willing. I know some of you were expecting me to say, oh, Silverquill or Dr. Wolf or Josh Scorcher or KP, but come on guys, let's be realistic here. I've barely cracked over 100 subs, not 1,000. What would you prefer, Rift Cafe or Secret Rift? Oh boy, that's a tough question. Well, it depends on a few things. Does either group actually want me? And should I ask or bide my time for when either group thinks I'm ready? Of the 2 groups I've already been in, both have come to me and asked if I wanted to join, so I may want to keep that streak going. But it may also depend on which one contacts me first. However, if I were to choose, I'd probably go with Secret Rift since I know several people that are in that group already, and I'd only know you, Sword, if I were to join Rift Cafe. What are you going to do when MLP finally ends? If I can move on after being a Jeff Gordon fan for nearly 20 years, I think I can move on and find another show when MLP decides to call it quits. Why am I the best guy you know? Totally the accent, couldn't be anything else. but it's more likely your encouragement you give. Coming down to the wire with Mr. Robert Who. What is your favorite race car driver? Jeff Gordon. Where in Equestria does your OC live? Fabulous Las Pegasus, Nevada. Who's your favorite brony in the community? Probably Sword or Freedom Flash. Next up is Ms. Bright Idea. Who's your favorite non-pony character in the show? I'd probably go with Spike, considering he's appeared more than any other non-pony character, and his growth throughout the series, mainly in seasons 4 and 6, was great. Do you write your own fanfiction? Actually, yes I do. I've rewritten Rainbow Rocks, I've written a Soren Dash fic, a story that details where Rainbow's massive confidence came from, a story of Equestria girls Luna becoming obsessed with Black Ops 2, and a Human in Equestria story that I've been writing since October of 2014. Yes, you heard that right. I was more into fanfiction when I became a brony, so naturally I wanted to take a crack at writing my own MLP adventures. Let me know if you want any links to any of my stories. Bright's final question, what kind of microphone do you use for your readings? When I first started in early 2016, I was on a blue Snowball, but I moved up to a space gray Blue Yeti not too long after that, and I have not looked back since. In fact, here's a picture of my recording setup. I use a Rode PSA-1 boom arm, a Blue Radius 2 Shockmount, an Auphonix Pop Filter, of course the Blue Yeti, my laptop for reading my scripts, and I use Audacity for recording audio. Next up is Wooden Sword with another question. You're still using iMovie, when are you gonna move on? Ahem. And finally, PatRex11. Also, I heard you can do a pretty good Orchard Blossom impression, can we hear it? If I must. Why, I do declare Revolver is one of the most boring albums ever. Well, that's it for this Q&A. Thanks for sending me so many interesting questions, guys. And of course, thanks again for getting me past 100 subs. You guys are awesome. I'm Mr. Left Turn. I'll see you when I get back from the track.